Hey folks, Machinery Pete here in Des Moines, Iowa, having a ton of fun at the Iowa Power Farm Show. Tons to see, and anytime I get to see the McFarlane exhibit, I like to stop and see what they're doing. And we got a couple good folks with McFarlane here. On the left, we have Norm Bergeson. Is that correct, Norm? You are the sales manager for McFarlane. And on the right, we have Chris Steffen. Chris, you work for Stoller International on the wholesale division. So you actually distribute and you sell McFarlane product.
That's correct.
Very cool. Well, behind us here, folks, this is the Cobra, the 4120. Came out in 2017. Is that correct, Norm?
Yes.
Came out last year.
We introduced the Cobra at the 2017 Farm Progress Show in Decatur.
Okay. And real disc. Is that the term you guys go by?
Yeah, the Cobra is an extension of the real disc that we introduced back in the mid-2000s, which was one of the first really true vertical tillage tools on the market.
Okay. In McFarlane, you guys have been about innovation for not just a few years.
100 years, and we're pretty excited. Now this being 2018, we're starting our second 100 years in business. And the key thing is, not just the 100 years that we've got behind us, but the fact that the company is well positioned to continue to be leaders and innovators going forward.
Well, and McFarlane, you guys are located in Sauk City, Wisconsin?
Sauk City, Wisconsin, which is right on the Wisconsin River, about 20 miles straight north from Madison. So we've been there for 100 years. It's still family owned and operated and run. And service has been a family tradition there for a century.
Now the 100-year part, I saw that on your guys' website. I was reading about McFarlane. I think does that shock a lot of people who aren't local, that you guys have been around that long?
I'm sorry.
Oh, the fun of the farm show. Well, I was just saying, your 100-year history, Norm, for people who aren't local, southern Wisconsin, who don't know McFarlane, you get somebody from Iowa or Illinois or Minnesota, Texas, whatever. I would imagine they're somewhat surprised. You guys have been around 100 years, and actually the owner was making tractors to start out. Why don't you tell us that story?
The company was founded by Earl McFarlane back in 1917, and he started out making Wisconsin tractors. And produced about 600 of them before he decided to get out of the tractor business and get into the implement business. And McFarlane really cut their teeth making harrows. And that's really what we're known farm-wide for. Today we distribute harrows and sell them all over the world.
And your guys' website is flexharrow.com?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very cool. Well, let's, I want to focus a little bit here. Norm was telling me, and we'll talk to Chris about this, but very innovative thing I think you guys have come out with this last year in terms of an update kit to used reel discs. Chris, why don't you tell us about this initiative?
Yeah, we were pretty excited about it. Again, the reel disc came out in 2007, and we sold a lot of reel discs. Really it was the first innovation of a real true vertical tillage tool. Since then, of course, we've had a lot of people come with the vertical tillage tool. Reel disc being one of the first, and we just have a lot of farmers that are still running reel discs. But what was happening is we had a few issues with the chopper reel part of it, and so they went to work to try to cure some of that, and now came up with the new Cobra, which is got the new Cobra blade from Ingersoll. Very sharp, holds its edge. They will never have to sharpen that blade. Becomes probably the most, now I would like to say, the most aggressive true vertical tillage tool maybe on the market with this blade. So what we've done is instead of making them trade even to a new one, the gentlemen that have their old reel discs and still love them can now buy just the kit. They can retrofit that with the new Cobra blade. They also, we have changed actually some time back to the new style Dura reel, which is a trademark name for the chopper reel that has no shaft in the center.
You can see that right a little bit behind here, folks, and you can say no shaft in there.
And along with that no shaft, we came with a new style bearing that is only greased once a season, and the farmers seem to really love that. And I can tell you, standing here today, that in the last probably 4 years or so that we've had the Dura reel out, I can tell you that of my customers, and to my knowledge, we've not lost one of those bearings yet. So it's been a real improvement for the reel disc. So basically, we were just happy to offer to our farmers, the guys that have them, the kits at a very I say, a very great price in comparison to having to trade equipment.
And what are we talking about for the kit price range?
Depending on their size, of course,
Yep,
of their
yep.
footage, I'm going to say a 25 footer is going to run just under $4,000 for the Cobra blades.
Okay.
The Dura reels will be a little pricier than that, but
Sure.
they're still very reasonable compared to going and buying a new machine. We would want to say, naturally, that the old machine has got some things left in it that the new machine would not. Simple things. Grease zerks, we have less grease zerks on the new machine. So there's been some other little improvements, but of
Sure.
the basic job it's doing, they can update to the newest technology and keep their old machine. So
Okay, now I'm really interested to hear here, Chris, the reaction from your customers since you've come out with this kit. Why don't you tell us about that?
okay, they're very happy. We've sold a lot of kits already, and I just yesterday here at the show ran into a couple guys that were very interested in putting on the kit, and the reaction a little bit is I enjoyed those, especially because they turned around before they left and they says, we want to come back and thank you guys for offering a kit like this. Instead of making us go and trade and spend thousands of dollars, we can come back, make our machine up to date with just hundreds of dollars.
Right.
Truthfully, it's helped even our dealers with trade-in value. That has helped now with the real disc. I think we'll see the trade-in values a little better having this option. So.
Well, and again, for a manufacturer to take that approach, when you guys told me about this, it made me stop in my tracks. That's interesting. You got the farmers, you're just looking at it through their eyes, I think, which is, I'm sure, why you got that reaction. And you mentioned, Chris, you were at a show recently. Was it Gordyville where you had lot
That's
of
right.
interest in the kits?
Gordyville show. We had a lot of guys coming through and going on to see their dealers about getting the update kit.
Now, how about from your end, working with Stoller International, a great dealer there, of course, in Illinois, on their wholesale division? You're selling McFarlane. What is it about McFarlane as a company that helps your job to sell them?
Well, they've been a real innovative company, easy to work with. I just would have to say I really appreciate the fact that when we have a situation and we got people up there that we can call and talk to, and they're on top of it. I've really appreciated that. They've been a company that's trying to look out ahead a little bit and help us. If we can't stop. We have to continue to improve.
Right.
In saying that, I always marvel at McFarlane was probably the most well-known 100 years ago for their harrows.
Right.
And the harrow is still a most tremendous tool today. We still sell hundreds of harrows, and it's one tool that I guess has not progressed a lot, other than the framework and how we fold and that type of thing.
Sure.
But nothing better than a harrow yet today.
You got it. And made by McFarlane.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, hey, thanks for telling us about from where you're sitting, what McFarlane is doing, and let's get Norm. Can you sneak back in here, Norm?
Sure.
So, again, if folks are interested in learning more about McFarlane products, I know you guys go to tons of farm shows. You guys will be down at Louisville.
Absolutely.
And your website again, Norm, is
www.flexhero.com.
flexhero.com. Well, again, folks, McFarlane, they've been in this over 100 years. They know what they're doing. And again, that update kit, great stuff. So check them out, flexhero.com.